Yo, what's good guys, this is Tim from Team Black Hole. Today I'm gonna show you my Zoodiac Tri-Brigade deck list. This actually got me second place at locals yesterday. I went 4-1, I was undefeated until the finals where I lost against Salad. My matchups were really interesting. Round 1 I played against Salad. Round 2 I played against Salad as well. Round 3 I played against Stun of all things, a really scary deck if you ask me. Round 4 I played against Invoke Dogmatica. That was an easy sweep, got nothing on my Tri-Brigades. And round 5, in the finals, I played against Salamangreat, where I lost. All in all, this deck is really insane, and I can't wait to show you guys the deck list. Starting off with 3 of the best cards in the deck, Tri-Brigade Fractal. Fractal is just really insane. He's probably the best main deck monster. He gets all of your plays going, and is essential in this deck. That's why we play him at 3 copies. The second best monster in the deck is Tri-Brigade Kit, which we play 3 copies of. Kit is the card that fixes your hands when you break a bit. Being able to normal summon it, link into Almirage, dump Nerval, and then search whatever you need to keep on going is really good, and you want to see this card as much as possible. Next up, we're playing 3 Tri-Brigade Nerval. Nerval is the deck searcher. He's a level 1, so you can make Link Kuribo if you want to. You can link him off into Almirage with those crusty hands if you get him, and then being able to search like a Fractal or a Karos to keep yourself going is really good, and it's really important to run him at 3. And for the last Tri-Brigade main deck monster, I'm playing 2 Tri-Brigade Karas. In my list, I'm running only 2 because I'm not playing Rescue Cat. If I would be playing Rescue Cat, I would be running a 3rd Karas 100%. For the Zoodiac engine, it's really small. We are only playing 1 Rat and 1 Ram. I've seen people playing 3 Thoroughblades and Rams. That's too much for me. I've seen people playing like Thoroughblades and Rams, and I don't like that. I play these cards specifically to make Zeus, and they're only good going second. Going first, these cards basically suck. Since Dryden has been banned, they don't do much turn 1, so if I draw one of them into my starting hand, I'm probably gonna hold off using it until the next turn when maybe I can Zeus my opponent and then try to go for game with my Tri-Brigade. So that's it for the engine cards. If you want to play well in this format, you need hand traps, they're essential. So for that reason, we're playing 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. That's no big surprise, the card is really good. It helps you against Rogue, it helps you against meta, and that's why we play it. Next up, a new inclusion into the deck. We have 3 Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. So this card has only recently started seeing play, and it's for a good reason. The card is now absolutely good, and I would almost say it's mandatory. It's good in the mirror, it's good against random rogue decks like PK, and it also hurts Salamangreat quite a lot. I think you should try giving Ghost Bell a chance in your deck, and you'll see it really pays off. Next up, I think, is one of the best hand traps in Tri-Brigade specifically, and it's Ciphering Gear Gamma. Ciphering Gear Gamma basically makes all your plays go through. It protects your starting combo, it protects your fractals, it protects your tankies. This card is really good, and I think it's mandatory to play in Tri-Brigade. And of course, to top it all off, we're playing the 1 Cyframe Driver. If you draw this card, it's not the end of the world, because you always draw a card from Frigid and then put one back, so this is the card you put back and you unbreak your hand, essentially. Top of the hand traps, we're playing 2 DD Crow. DD Crow is really good in this deck. It's searchable, it stops Drytron, it stops Salamangreat, it stops Sky Strikers, and sometimes it can even mess up the mirror match. So that's why I chose to play 2. If I could, and if I had the space, I would probably consider playing the 3rd one. And that's it for the monsters. Now we move on to spell cards. We aren't playing a lot of spell cards, but the ones we're playing are absolute powerhouses. Starting off with 3 Fire Formation Tanky. Fire Formation Tanky is really good. It searches your fractals, it searches your Zoodiac cards. What can I say? It's a searcher card, it's a starter card if you want it to be. And sometimes it's perfect bait for that annoying Ash Blossom that your opponent has. And if you have this up with double Dragon Lords, it's basically a free bounce, since you can send Tanky to the graveyard anyway. We're playing 2 Pot of Desires. This is one of the cards I had to cut for the DD Crow. I liked it at 2. If I could, I would probably consider playing the third one again. You know, just being able to bait Ash with Pot of Desires is really good, since baiting Ash with Pot of Desires is really good since you play everything at 3 anyway. There's a very low chance you'll banish everything you need for the combo. And yeah, it's all in all really good. And the best feeling is when you're finished with a combo, your Desires, maybe you draw into some power cards and such, maybe some hand traps. All in all, just a really cool card. And for the last spell, we're playing 1 Zoodiac Barrage. You know, Barrage is Barrage. It's insane. If I could play more of it, I would, but it's limited, so. That's it for the spells. Now let's go into the trap cards. We're playing 3 Infinite Impermanence. Impermanence is really good. Impermanence is really good. We could almost say that it always has been. Like, this card against Stun was really clutch, because you can Imperm the Banisher and the Thunder King Ryo. Like, you can Imperm the Winda. It's really good, and it's really good against the mirror match as well, because you can always just Imperm those Tri-Brigades on the field. We're playing 3 Solemn Strike. Solemn Strike is really good going first. It's really good going second as well, because it can stop like those Heralds. It can stop OTK plays. All in all, it's a really good card, and I'm super happy I played it, and I will continue playing it. We're only playing 2 Tri-Brigade Revolt. This is one of the other cards that I cut for DD Crow. I actually missed the 3rd Revolt, although I almost always saw one in my starting hand, but I wish I had played the 3rd, since this is the card that hurts the most when you banish it off Desires, and it's basically one of the MVPs of the deck. And for the last card, we play probably the most powerful one-off in the game currently. Imperial Order. Imperial Order against certain decks, it's basically an auto win. If you open this against Drytron, it's basically GG. I opened this against the Invoke Dogmatica player, and he just scooped. Like, there's nothing you can do against it. He Harpies Feather Dusted me, and I chained Order, and the dude just looked at his hand and was like, okay, let's go game 2. So this card is absolutely insane, and I'm super happy I played it. Let's go off to the extra deck. In the extra deck, we're playing 2 Shurig, the Ominous Omen. You know, the big boss monster of the deck, the non-targeting banish, feels so good, and in combination with the Revolt, being able to trigger him on your opponent's turn is so good, and people fear this card. Also, if that's not enough, this dude searches basically your entire deck, and it searches the DD Crow. Like, this card just does everything, and he looks super awesome as well. Like, the art is insane. Next up, I'm playing 1 Rugal. I think Rugal is a very underrated card, because if your opponent has back row hate and they bait out your Revolt and you don't have him on the field, you basically wasted the Shurik banish. But with him on the field, you can manually trigger Shurik whenever you want. We're playing 2 Ferjit, the Barren Blossom. This card is really good, it helps you extend your plays. When Trident was legal, like, you could use this to special summon a Zoo and on a free Trident. It can help you unbrick sometimes, which is really, really good. And I kind of like that effect, because you can just shuffle back the driver. We're playing 1 Tri-Brigade Bear Broom, the new one from Lightning Overdrive. This is your Revolt Searcher. I almost always want to hard make this whenever I can, because being able to loop it with Revolt is so goddamn good. Because basically you just have infinite grind at that point, if you think about it. If I could change anything, I would probably try to play the second one. For the Zoodiac cards, we're playing 1 Borbo, 1 Tiger Mortar, and Zoodiac Chakanine. So the Borbo is the one that attacks directly most of the time, and is your Zeus enabler. Then you just put these 2 on top, and then overlay for the big bad boy, Divine Arsenal, AA Zeus Sky Thunder. We could say that this card basically wins games by itself. If Trident was the problem, I don't want to see what happens to this card specifically, because it's basically Trident on crack. And even after the changes, I will be continuing to play Zeus specifically. I will talk about it a bit later, so stay tuned. Now for the other Link monsters, we have 1 Appaloosa. I rarely make this because I think the investment is not worth the payoff. It comes up sometimes, so that's why I play it, but I rarely make it because I think other things are way better to play. We have 1 Desperate Doom Eagle. This card is really good. It's your access code enabler. And the quick effect to basically be a DD Crow, it messes up a lot of decks. Specifically, it messes up Drytron, and it can mess up Salamangreat quite a lot. We're playing double Dragon Lords. Again, Salad, this guy is insane. Again, Sprankids, this guy is insane. And as I said, in combination with Fire Formation Tanky, this guy basically is a free bounce. For the second to last card, we're playing the Honorary Tri-Brigade, Salamangreat Almirage. Man, this card just makes your deck go brrrr. You summon Kit or Nerval, link off into Almirage. get the search, get the dump, and then search is really nuts. Also, the protection effect actually comes up quite a bit. At least from the games I played, I used it quite a lot. The last card I was playing in the extra deck is one Access Code Talker, which I do not have. I borrowed it from a friend. Access Code just enables all your OTKs, it pops the board, and that's why it costs over $100. So yeah, thank you for letting me borrow Access Code. It won me a lot of games. Now let's go off to the side deck. Remember, the side deck is specific to where you're playing and to the meta game you have, so feel free to make adjustments. These are just the cards I thought were gonna be the best. So we're playing 3 Artifact Lancia. Good against the Mirror, good against Rogue, good against Dino. Man, it's good against a lot of things, and that's why we play it. I would almost say that it's a staple card in the side deck. We're playing 3 Droll and Lockbird. We're playing the beautiful gold rares. This card against Drytron is just GG. And against a couple of decks, it's actually really good to side. But it's mainly here for Drytron, and it does its job against that deck. Where I'm from, everybody and their mother plays Salamang right now. So that's why I sided in 3 Nibiru the Primal Being. This card wins games against Salamangreat. Also, a couple of people I know play Heroes, so it's really good against Heroes as well. Nibiru is just really good against a lot of combo decks. It sometimes even checks Drytron. And yeah, it's a good card. That's why I chose to play it. For the back row hate, I played 3 Twin Twisters. Basically, the discard is kind of free if you have Nerval or Kit. The next 3 cards, I thought were gonna do a lot of work, but I never sided them in. And that's Dark Ruler. I never sided in this card. I would much rather be playing something else, maybe a Feather Duster, a Pancratops, I don't know, man. Maybe the 3rd Revolt or the 3rd DD Crow. All in all, I will definitely be replacing this card, because I will definitely be replacing this since I never put it in the entire tournament. Alright, so now let's talk about the changes. So I'm gonna be replacing my Zoodiac engine, which is these 3 cards, with something a bit better, which is 3 copies of Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat is really good. It basically makes a free link too, and if nothing else, it's a good extender which you can summon off of your Frigid. But you might be asking yourself, so if you're gonna cut the Zoodiac engine, how are you planning on making Zeus? And it's quite simple. I'm going to replace these 3 cards with a very specific rank 2 monster. And that monster is Sky Cavalry Centuria. It needs 2 level 2 monsters, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. So basically, one normal summon of Rescue Cat can get you to Zeus. So that's one of these cards. The other one of these cards is gonna be probably the 2nd Bear Broom or the 3rd Shurig. I need to do a bit more testing to see what works better. And the 3rd card is probably going to be Omega. Now imagine this scenario. You play your Fractal and your opponent plays Ash. You activate Gamma, summon the driver from your deck, and then you make Omega. So they used 1 card trying to stop you, and then Omega's gonna rip another card out of their hand, which is insane. So that means your opponent is going to have only 4 cards to play with on their turn against your board, and probably a hand trap in your hand. Now I have a secret spice card for all of you who watched till the end. So you know how Ignisters make the towers, which is 6k or something? Imagine this, they burn themselves for like, what, 2.3k, something like that? So they put up the big towers, right? Which is over 6k. The perfect card to out that monster in Tri-Brigade is this card. Ojama Emperor. Yes, you're seeing this correctly. Ojama Goddamn Emperor, the big boy himself. And it's really funny how this interaction works. This card single-handedly outs the Arrival Cybers. Because this card says, when you would take battle damage from a battle involving this card, inflict all battle damage to your opponent. So they burn themselves, you attack the Arrival Cybers with this card, and it's GG. But yeah, that's my secret spice for all of you who stay until the end. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell to stay notified on when new videos drop. And the most important thing of all, Team Black Hole is back, baby, let's go!